Hello, my name is Albert Michelson, and I'm here to talk to you today about the Michelson and Morley experiment. The goal of this experiment was to prove the existence of the luminiferous ether, the ether being the theoretical medium that electromagnetic waves are thought to propagate themselves through. This is comparable to air as the medium through which sound propagates itself. We performed our experiment at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. There were several significant events going on around the time of our experiments. The Statue of Liberty had been what's the correct word here? Given to the United States by France. Uh, Nicholas Tesla and Thomas Edison were engaging in a feud over whether AC or DC currents would primarily be used in electrical equipment throughout the nation. Who else was involved? The other contributor, my partner, I should say, in this experiment was Edward Morley. Fine man. My role in the project, I designed the apparatus that we used for the experiment. It works by shining a light at a half-silvered mirror so that the light would split into two beams perpendicular to each other, which would then be reflected back to a detector of sorts. And the perpendicular manner of the light would prove the existence of the ether, because if the ether existed, excuse me, I suffer from terrible stage fright. Okay. The existence... Okay. The light is split perpendicularly and then reflected back into a detector, which will allow us to view the interference pattern of the two light beams recombining. The perpendicular nature of the light of the two light beams would ensure that one was flowing with the ether and one flowing perpendicular to it. The light flowing perpendicular to the ether should have had its wavelength altered ever so slightly, and this would create an interference pattern when the light recombined. This is not what happened, and the light recombined perfectly, which would seem to disprove or contradict the existence of the ether. The impact our experiment had on the physics community was quite extraordinary. Many people insisted that we must have done something wrong, of course. The ether is a very accepted model theory for how electromagnetic waves propagate themselves. Several people have started to move away from the ether as a theory or possibility. No, I'm not I wouldn't really say that this experiment disproves the existence of ether. It merely contradicts it. It's very incredibly possible, as other people have suggested, that we've overlooked something in the design of our experiment. A singular experiment contradicting ether is not enough to conclusively disprove it. So I wouldn't say that our experiment has disproven the existence of ether. And I wouldn't say if it had, it would be disappointing. It would merely be a fact. Thank you very much for your time.